guests know a lot about the next season. Let's see what we can get out of them. Welcome to the stage, Tony Gilroy, Genevieve O'Reilly, and Adria Arjona.
Oh my God.
Wow.
This is bigger than the one in London.
Yeah.
This is more intense. Wow.
Fans as far as the eye can see, quite literally. It's just a sea of Andor adorers. People who love this show, people who are so excited for season 2. Can't wait. And thank you so much for all three of you being here. We're so excited to welcome you to Star Wars Celebration. Welcome you back to Star Wars Celebration, in fact. Tell me, what is it that makes Star Wars Celebration so special that earlier this morning you wanted to share the first episode of season 2 with this crowd?
You know, Diego and we had this experience last time we came, and you could see today when everybody walked out on the stage. We've been on a junket now for a couple weeks. We're pretty battle tested and kind of not jaded, but we're ready for anything. Everybody we all took a hit when we walk out there because, I mean, this is the down payment on our show. Everybody here is an investor in this show. I mean, really. You are the reason that the show gets made. I mean, and when not that you forget about it, but when you're confronted with it, it's just it's a mind blower. Everybody on that stage was just, it's like a mirror to what you're doing.
Because we're all together on set. We're all together each day, but it's you who it's made for. So it's wonderful to be here with you now.
I mean, it sounds like a T-shirt, but it's really for real. It's legit. It's really legit. It's you can feel the passion in the room, and that's how we get to do this.
I mean, we sort of got emotional a little bit ago, and I mean, I just think I'm not cool enough. It is so exciting to be here, and I don't want to hide it. I don't want to hide it. I also hear a lot of Spanish. I've heard a lot of hola, so hola, ¿cómo están?
All three of you separately are more than cool enough, first of all, number one, but all together, it's a little bit, the coolness factor on this stage is a little breathtaking, am I right? Yeah. Speaking of breathtaking, Genevieve, Adria, you look gorgeous today.
Thank you.
Tony, you too. You look gorgeous today. I'd be remiss.
I'm trying to point out, though, that I do.
I mean,
Ferrex lives.
you're a man after my own heart. I love a theme T-shirt moment. I know we can't say a lot about season 2 right now, but one of the things that everyone keeps commenting on is the amazing costume design from Michael Wilkinson returning again for season 2. So one of the things I think maybe we can talk about a little bit today are those amazing costumes. I'm going to start with you, Genevieve, because Mon Mothma is a style icon. She has been since day one.
Well, that's thanks to these guys allowing for us to explore that, but it's definitely the artistry of Michael Wilkinson. You must have seen a few of them in episode 1 this morning. You must see some of the costumes in that. And then there are more and more, and they get more and more beautiful. It's like wearing pieces of architecture. There's some really special ones coming.
That was just enough information, and yet no spoilers.
I know I almost said something, and
But
then
they
I
know
stopped
there's a wedding
myself.
coming. I mean, there's no secret. It's a 3-day wedding. We're going to get to the wedding. And the clothes get crazier all the way through.
Is it fair to say if Mon Mothma at work is already so regal, that Mon Mothma for a wedding is just going to be next level?
I mean, it is next level, and it's more breathtaking than I could have ever hoped for. And that's down to Michael and his team. I mean, it's extraordinary. The designs were extraordinary, but he also allows for color and movement. I'm sure you've seen in the trailer that Mon Mothma gets to have some moves this season.
There's a dance moment, I think. Yeah, nice. Adria, how about for you?
Biggs. Biggs season 1 starts with this beautiful sort of workwear, and because of everything that she goes through, she is more and more and more sort of disheveled as the season progresses. So I was really excited to get back to Mina Rao and get back in the workwear and find sort of her strength. Michael's incredible. I've never done a season 2 of anything. So I've never come back to a character, right? And I think through costume, it was so easy to sort of, the second I put the costume back on, the second I put those boots on, I was like, and she's back. I'm here. And it was all thanks to Michael.
I always love to ask this question, but did you keep anything from the wardrobe?
I did.
What did you keep?
I did.
What did you keep?
I'm so sorry. It's the boots that I wear. My last scene in the show, I am wearing a pair of boots, and Michael had the beautiful gift to tell me that the boots belonged to me. And I had a really interesting decision to make. I was like, do I sort of frame these boots? Do I put them up and I just never wear them again? And I was like, no, I'm gonna wear them, and I'm gonna walk in Bix's shoes, over and over again. They're here with me. I have those boots tattooed to my feet. I don't take them off, and I don't plan on taking them off. I'm like, I just want to keep walking in Bix's shoes.
Beautiful. Genevieve, I feel like by your reaction, you did not take anything from set.
I did not. I feel silly. I really feel like I should have taken something.
Jewelry.
But I definitely can't be wearing her clothes around. I mean, her shoes aren't that comfortable. So, but no, I want to go back and smack myself.
Tony, how about you? Do you save mementos, tokens from working on Andor?
No, I mean, I have a basement full of swag from years and years and years of all the other movies, and it's kind of a joke. I keep it all down there, and there was one thing I wanted from season 1. I have one of the instruments from the band in Ferrix. That was such a huge, it was such a huge endeavor on everybody's part, and the instruments were so badass. And so I have like a French horn, one of the French horns, but I haven't hung it up yet. It's not one of these days I will, but yeah. But no, I'm not a swag monkey. No, there's some people who just like, oh my God, they're just all the time. There's actors who are just like, oh yeah, and directors who should remain nameless. I want the drapes. Yeah, exactly. But no,
I'm gonna start doing that. You can get away with that?
Tony Gilroy can
You get away with
anything.
what you get away with, right?
The man created Andor. He can do whatever he wants.
I know. Today.
Yeah, today for the next couple weeks. Tony, I want to talk a little bit about the writing in Andor. You and I talk about this every single time I see you because I'm such a fan of your brilliance and your monologues in particular. Andor season 1 had some really powerful monologues from Stellan Skarsgård as Luthen, from Fiona Shaw as Marva Andor, in that finale where you stole the instrument from that scene. What can fans expect from season 2 in terms of beautiful monologues?
I mean, I was a little peeved about how Perrin came off after season 1. I thought he was really easy to dismiss. And, not that he's my spirit animal, but like, I was like, wow, the guy really has a point of view. And so it was really important. Alistair, I promised him that we would, we'd let him explain himself. And he explains himself coming up in an early episode. And actually, if you watch closely, their marriage is so complicated. I think people will really understand in season 2 that it's a lot more complicated than they thought. It's a very sophisticated, they've been married when they're 15, arranged marriage, imagine what that's like. And they have a couple scenes that really deepen our understanding of it. But then he gets to give a speech at the wedding. And then if you notice, there's a shot where she's listening. There's a reaction shot. And you could see how they were when they were 15. You could see how they felt about it, that it was probably pretty exciting back then.
It was pretty special for Alistair and for Tony to gift that to Alistair, because it just, with so much of his writing, it's really about relationship. It's about intricacy of how you manage relationship and who they are with. And there's some really beautiful intermarriage scenes in this, and then there is, for Mon Mothma, mother-daughter scenes, but also seeing Alistair as Perrin get to stand up for himself. I think it's worth watching.
Someone has to make the case for hedonism, in the show. So he does.
All right. That's quite a teaser. Adria and Genevieve, we touched upon it a little bit, but Andor is such a character-based story. It's so much about these intertwined storylines, all of these very quiet moments, these people who are very much affected by something that is happening in the wider galaxy. Can you talk a little bit about what you've learned from playing Bix, from playing Mon, and what you carry with you still today? Andor season 2, you're done with production, but what sticks with you? What stays in your heart besides those boots, Adria?
Actually, a lot. This show for me has been such a school. Again, I've never spent so much time with a character, so I was someone when I started, and definitely someone very different when I finished the show. I think, and this is, and it's weird because Tony's sitting right here, but I'm just going to talk about you, Tony. Tony was probably one of the first people in this industry to see something in me that I hadn't even seen for myself, and it's true. It's true. And he believed in me and sort of gave me this opportunity. And in the course of 5 minutes, because that's how long my audition took, and he was like, "Welcome to Star Wars, kid." Famous last words. And here I am. He challenged me with every single scene in season 1 and in season 2. Man, did you really put me through it. It was, every scene just got more complex and more complex. So I learned so much just from the experience, and then from Bix. Bix has gone through a lot, but she was never a victim. She handled every situation she handles with so much dignity, and I learned that from her. I learned a lot of dignity from Bix.
Beautiful. Well said.
And I'm just going to jump on the back of that and just say that Tony and his team of writers have written for Mon Mothma in a way that she's never been written for before. I think certainly in season 1, but after season 2, you will know her in a way that I could have only hoped for, both for myself as an actor and for her as a character. And I think actually what Tony and his team did, was write a bunch of brilliant women, different ages, different ethnicities, and interconnected women. Like they wrote for a whole cast of women, and we're here grateful for that. I think if you say what I take with me from Mon Mothma, I think dignity is a lovely word. I think at the center of our piece, the center of season 2 in particular, is really an examination of what courage is and what courage takes, and the courage of every individual and the courage of us collectively. So I'm going to take her courage with me.
We could all use a little of Mon Mothma's courage, I think. I'm curious, when you're on set and you don't have scenes together, are you spending time, do you have any moments in between to watch each other working, to just get to be kind of a fly on the wall in those moments?
You have not been on an Andor set. It is no joke. We don't take any moment for granted or any scene lightly. I'm not even socializing. I'm so focused on, on the scene that it's in front of me. And it's a big moving show, right? So there's a lot of things happening at the same time, and everyone just has their one job, which is to deliver in that one specific scene. But I mean, we all love each other, and we are constantly applauding each other and supporting each other. In the hair and makeup trailer, if I run into you, it's like, oh my God, I just get to hug you and squeeze you for a second and be like, kill it. Okay, you kill it too. And then you go right back to work.
Yeah, the only time Adria and I ever really cross over is in the hair and makeup trailer in the mornings. And we'll sit together and we'll yap while people walk away. And then we go off in very different directions with very different hairstyles.
Very different hairstyles.
Love it.
But yet today we're the same.
I know, very
We
weird.
channeled.
Tony, as we just saw with our last guests, Diego and Alan, we have some characters from Rogue One returning for season 2. I hear a couple of woos. I thought that was going to get a bigger reaction. It's Diego Luna, man, and Alan Tudyk. What was it like for you bringing them back into Andor together and reuniting Cassian and K2SO?
I know that all of the people in this room waited a very, very long time for this to happen. I know. And I know that Alan waited a long time for this to happen. But I had my reasons, and I promised Alan in the beginning, I said, look, it's got to come late. K2 is an amazing character, an absolutely amazing character, but he's really hard to carry around and tell a story with sometimes. He's really visible, and if you notice in Rogue how many times he has to stay behind in the car and wait, he's a tough. So I said, look, when we do it, I promise you it'll be worth it. Let us get there. So everybody's been really patient. We shall see. We put a lot of work into it and a lot of thought into it. I hope that this crowd is happy in episode 8 when it drops. I mean, and then when he's there. He's really there.
All right, before we let you go, and Adria, I promised you a T-shirt cannon at the end of this, so
Yes.
we are going to get
She has
there.
wanted to shoot the
I
cannon.
really want to do it.
But before we do that,
Yeah.
do you have anything that you want to say, a special message to these fans that are gathered here today, just a few days before this premiere?
I mean, I think, because we've been out talking about the show for a couple weeks now, and you find out what your show is really about when you go out and sell it, or your movie. You really do. Sometimes you work. And I think the safest answer, the non-ideological answer about what the show is about community and the destruction of community. And the Empire, above all, is trying to destroy community. You see it everywhere. Every planets and cities and groups and whatever. And we felt, the irony is you feel our community growing on the show as we're making a show about that. Coming here today, you realize what this is. I mean, this is a really important, significant community. It has all kinds of divisions within it and everything else. But if there's any hope for all of it, it's in community. And I think that's where we've really come at the end of it. I know Diego feels the same way. I think we all do. That's finally what our show is in its most natural form is about. Now let's shoot the cannon. Let's blow some shit up, man.
All right. Well, congratulations to all of you, to the whole team, cast, crew. It is an amazing second season. I can't wait for everyone to discover it. And it is always an absolute pleasure chatting with all of you. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for stopping
Thank
by.
you.
And there is more
Gracias.
Star Wars Celebration Live coming up.
Gracias.
Yes.